Well, we're towards the end of January, brand new year, and that means that everything is going according to your plan. You've set your New Year's resolutions and they're tracking along nicely. Everything is feeling fresh and bright and exciting, and 2025 looks like it's full of nothing but promise. Well, I hope that's true for you. But if not, then there's a very real chance that you're experiencing the January blues. This can be a difficult time of year. I mean, quite the emotional roller coaster, the mental whiplash that comes from the excitement of a fresh and sparkly new year, only for the days and the weeks to drag on and just becomes just another year just like all the others. January can be a difficult time. Everything is still in this post-Christmas, post-New Year sort of malaise. All these cycles feel like they're still trying to spin up. It's like half the businesses are closed or understaffed. Half the hobby groups aren't meeting until another couple of weeks. Feels like everyone is still on vacation or is recovering from their vacations, and here you are, just existing. This can be a difficult thing. It can be a difficult thing even if your New Year's resolutions or your plans for 2025 are coming along nicely. Because you might find yourself, as is the typical thing, like the cliche thing, is that you set these New Year's resolutions and by the second week of January, they've just completely fallen apart. The opposite can also happen. You can find yourself succeeding only for it to feel easy or unsatisfying, or like maybe these weren't the goals that you should have set. There's a lot of talk about how, you know, stressful and chaotic and confusing and depressing December can be. But in my opinion, in my experience, for a lot of people, it's January. That's the difficult month. But it's coming to an end. February is around the corner. And so you might find yourself asking, what now? If January has been a struggle for you, either because it's been too easy or too hollow or too boring or too disappointing, then what do we do for February? Well, I don't have any original insights for you. You already know the answers that I'm going to give to this. And because the main one, the number one thing that I can tell you is that chances are you've just got to stick with it. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. It's like, yes, when January starts and you get back from your holidays and it's like, right, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to write that book. I'm going to practice my musical instrument. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to find true love. You have all of these great plans, and it's exciting. It's stimulating. It feels so fresh and interesting. That sparkle, that honeymoon phase, it wears off. You know it does. You've set goals before and you know what this is like. And you've met goals before, which means you also know that at some point you've got to just put that fresh, sparkly feeling aside and just put the work in. If your plan was to get in shape and it's not feeling interesting or exciting, or you don't feel like you're making the progress that you were at the start, you probably just need to stick with it. Now, of course, there is a chance that you need to step back and reassess your goals. I think this is an underrated thing and something that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, there's a lot of emphasis on, like, set New Year's resolutions or don't set New Year's resolutions because they're terrible. Well, either way, setting them and then, a few weeks in, reevaluating things, seeing how you're going against them. It's worth doing. Because you might find that things aren't heading in the direction that you thought that they were. Or you might find that things are, they're going well, but for whatever reason, it doesn't feel right. It's not satisfying. This isn't really what you wanted to be doing after all. I don't recommend jumping from goals chaotically, like just changing what you're focusing on willy nilly. My life philosophy is you only abandon a goal or project if you're going to jump into something that's immediately better. Something worth consider. But there's another way that these January blues can manifest. It's so soon into the new year, and yet you might already feel as though you need a break. You need a vacation from all of this. And that might very well be the case. I think people overestimate how restful the New Year's break can be. So maybe you just need a long weekend away from stress. Take some time, just chill out, and catch your breath before coming back to things. You might find that the January blues just go away on their own. Like I said, a lot of what's going on this time of year is everything is just waiting to spin up again. Like the hobby groups are still in this hiatus period, and you can't really focus on your projects at work because half the people are still away, or they're focusing on other things. It's this weird period of time, but it does pass, and it is about to pass very soon. Very soon we're about to hit February, and that's where things, for various reasons, start to really ramp up. Cool. Maybe you just need to just wait this one out. And then, of course, there's always the sorts of problems that come in these weird loops or these weird blockages. Like you might find yourself going, oh, yes, that is a really good idea that William said. I really should take a break. Oh, but I can't afford to take a break because I really need to work hard. Because I need to work hard to make the money. But I can't really work hard because I'm sort of distracted. I'm sort of exhausted. And like no one's really around. Like this is all so frustrating. And I really need a break from all this, but I can't take a break. You get the idea. You can get stuck in these loops really easily. And for this is going to sound like a really obvious thing, but if you're stuck in the loop, it's because you keep running the loop. And so the question you could ask yourself is, well, how do I step out of the loop? How do I break free of this? What needs to change so that I'm no longer running in this loop over and over again? Be as simple as just sort of stepping back and seeing the patterns that you're in from a new perspective. But whatever's going on for you, whether it is something simple, whether it is something that will just pass in time, or whether it's something rather major, whether it's something that you can just ignore or something that you really need to focus on, just know that I'm praying for you. And I hope that everything works out the way that you want it to. Because the cool thing is that, yes, January might be coming to an end. And yes, it might feel as though 2025 has gotten off to a weird start or a disappointing start. But the year is far from over. In fact, today is far from over. So I'm sure there's a lot that you can simply choose to focus on right now that is going to make the rest of your year even more amazing than you could possibly imagine. And until next time, peace be with you.